Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thanks to all the subscribers for supporting this channel. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging in here through the struggle. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we're trying to get a 10,000 subscriber goal that I had set, and we're about at 8,000 right now. So if you watch the videos and you enjoy the content, I'd appreciate it if you can subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell and set it on all, so you'll be notified whenever a video comes on. Okay. This is for people that view the videos, even if you view them occasionally, because it wouldn't make sense me having 10,000 subscribers and only 500 people watching the videos. So these, if you view the videos, you're welcome to join the channel, and I appreciate it very much. Okay, so it's the weekend right now, and I thought I'd tell you a little story, man, that happened to me in the county jail. It's a funny story. I didn't think so at the time, but now looking back, yeah, it's a funny story, and I hope I don't offend anybody. But well, let me get into it. So I get busted, right? I forgot what I got busted for, but I'm in there and I'm on 9,500. It was 95 or 9,400, one of them. And I have the bed that's closest to the phones. Back then, they were like these pay phones, and you had to make a collect call. So I ended up landing on a bed right next to the phone. If I leaned off the bed a little bit at an angle, I could get the phone and talk on the phone. Not very comfortable, but pretty convenient, right? So I make a phone call to a friend of mine, and this girl answers, right? And this girl has a voice of an angel, man. She sounded so sweet. She was real nice to me. And before we hang up, she tells me, hey, you could call back anytime you want. And I go, well, what do you mean? She goes, yeah, if you ever feel like talking, or whatever you're going through, if you want to call, give me a call, and I'll let you call through. Kick back, I'll talk with you. I said, all right, cool. Man, I hung up the phone. I was already feeling better. I'm thinking, oh man, I'm laying back, imagining in my mind, man, she sounds pretty, like I could just imagine, she sounds like that. She must really be a sweet looking, nice girl, So I don't know how many times I was calling her a day. Sometimes I wouldn't be able to sleep all night, so I'd call her 3 o'clock in the morning, and she'd accept the call, and we'd be talking and stuff. And during one of the conversations, she tells me, hey, you know what? I got to tell you something. And I go, what is it? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really ugly, she says, like ugly, And I started laughing, and she goes, why are you laughing? I says, cause you can't be ugly like that, She goes, no, I'm telling you right now, I'm ugly, so don't be surprised, when you see me. I'm not a good looking girl at all, And I'm thinking, like, why is she telling me this? Is she telling me this because she wants to see if I'm that shallow that if she's ugly, it matters, Little did I know how shallow I was, Hey, don't even worry about that, And so we're right there, 3 o'clock in the morning, we're pillow talking and stuff, And I ended up getting kicked out, right? So when I get out, I call her and I tell her, hey, check it out. I think my case got dismissed or something. Something happened that I got out. Hey, they released me. I tell her, she goes, what, really? I go, yeah, I'm out. She goes, really? And I go, yeah, I want to see you, And she's like, I don't know, I don't think that's a good idea. I go, what are you talking about? And I've been waiting for this day. She goes, look, I already told you I'm ugly, so, I just don't think it's a good idea. I says, look, don't you let me be the judge of that. So she says, all right, so I make arrangements to meet her, right? And she's going to pick me up in her car, okay? And she had told me she had this, what did she say she had? I think she said she had a 67 Chevy, right? So I'm like, all right. So I go home and I tell my older sister, right? I tell her, hey, I met this girl while I was in there, this and that. I'm going to go meet her and all this. Oh, really, me? Oh, that's good. So my carnala tells me, my sister tells me, hey, I'm going to take you to go get you a shirt. And, so you could go fresh, And I'm like, really? She goes, yeah, come on, let's go. All right. So I'm all excited, and I'm getting all, all dressed and everything, right? So I tell my sister, hey, I'll stop by over here before we take off. She says, yeah, bring your bike so I could meet her. I says, yeah, for sure. So I call her up and I go, hey, I'm on my way down there. She goes, oh, you know what? I'm not going to come in my car after all. I'm trying to borrow my friend's car. And I said, oh, man, like that. I go, I had a feeling you were going to, pull something. I go, hey, if you don't want to meet me, that's all right. It's cool. She goes, no, it's not that, and then she goes, I'll tell you what happened in my car after, but here, let me finish doing what I got to do so I could get down there. I said, all right. Well, I'm going to head down there right now, so I'll be down there. So I take off down to Whittier in Arizona. There's a Safety liquor store right on the corner, right? So I'm standing there and I'm waiting for her, and I don't know what kind of car she's coming in now, right? So I'm looking at all the cars coming, I'm looking up and down. It's like a cross street there. So I'm looking at all the cars, that are coming my way. And I see some cars with, nice looking, pretty girls, come to the stoplight. And they're looking at me and I look down and I tell them, I go, are you, I'm not going to say her name, but I go, hey, are you so-and-so? And she just smiled and she goes, no. And I go, all right, I'm waiting for somebody, but I never met her before. All right, well, good luck, and take off, right? So I'm standing there and here comes this pretty girl. She's walking towards me, right? And she's smiling and, and I tell her, excuse me, are you so-and-so? And she goes, no. And I go, no, seriously, is that you? And she goes, no, really, that's not my name. I said, oh, all right. I was like, damn. So I don't know. I was there probably for like about half an hour, I'm getting really impatient now, right? So I hear this car pulling up, fucking tailpipe dragging and shit, back window taped up with some plastic, and there's this girl driving, right? So I turn around and it was a white, like a Ford Galaxy, You could probably hear it from a block away, So I look inside the car, and I'm like, nah, that can't be her. And beep, beep, hear the honks. I look down. Are you so-and-so? And she threw a big old smile and she goes, yeah, that's me. Man, my heart just fell. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Poor thing, I don't know if she was crying or her makeup just was runny, or maybe she just didn't know how to put the makeup on. I don't know, but she had makeup on like the Joker, like all jacked up. And I'm just like, oh damn. So I go up to the car and I put my hands like on the door of the car. She goes, come on, get inside. And I'm thinking, what am I going to say? What am I going to tell her? I don't want to go. I can't tell her that, right? So I jump in the car and she goes, the first thing that came out of her mouth, poor thing, she says, I told you I was ugly. I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen. I go, no, you're cool. Don't even trip, but man, I wanted to just jump out of the car and take off, And she goes, the only messed up thing that really blew it is she's fumbling in her purse, and I go, hey, pay attention or pull over, do what you got to do. She goes, no, I got it. She goes, here. And I put my hand out and she has a gram of black and about 8 ball of white, right? I go, what are you doing with this? And she told me a story about some dude that was staying with the person that she's living with. The cops came for him, and he threw his stuff, and this is what she could find, and she knew that I was in there and that I was going through the withdrawals and everything, so like that was the worst thing she could have done. It's my first day out, and she comes and she brings me this stuff, and I'm like, oh damn, man, I really gotta go through with it now, So we end up going and going to this spot, and we're kicking it, right? And I started getting high, right? And I was like not even thinking about her or where I was at. I was just enjoying what she had brought. You know what I mean? And then she's like, "Are you gonna come out? Are you gonna come out of there?" Yeah, I'll be right out. About probably an hour later, I'm gonna go to sleep. You're taking too long. And after that, I'm like, no, I'll be out right now. And I'm thinking, man, what could I do? What can I do to get out of this? Little Steve's not gonna want no part of this. So so I get out, man, and she has this little tiny, like a little lace negligee, and I don't like that. I don't like lacy stuff and all of that stuff, Anyways, and I look and I'm like, oh my God, like there's nothing there, So I blamed it on the black and the white, and like nah, nothing's gonna happen. I did too much, this and that and the other, And I turned on the TV, and well, I'm going to bed. And she went to bed, and I stood there watching TV and getting high all night, And yeah, I had her the next day. I had her go and drop me off around the corner from my house because I didn't want her to know where I lived, right? And I lied to her. I said, yeah, it's my house right here, She's like, yeah, all right, well, I'll see you later. And then after that, I get off the car, and again, I fucking told you I was ugly, And I go, no, you're not. And she goes, whatever. And she just took off, man. But, like, her voice was like a voice of an angel, man. She just sounded really nice. She had a real pretty sounding voice. It was a pleasure listening to her, And I feel bad, but hey, it is what it is, right? Like I said, little Steve was not going to have no part of it. I had no attraction to her whatsoever. And I've never met anybody that even comes close to looking for her, poor girl, Yeah, she was doing bad, pobrecita. But wherever she's at, I hope she's okay. I hope maybe she found happiness or love or whatever she was looking for in life, But you got to be careful, man. Don't be fooled. And if a girl ever tells you that she's ugly, just believe her. Just take her word for it, man. Play it safe. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, this is my video for today. I hope I got a smile out of you or a laugh or two. Have a great weekend, everybody, and thank you for watching. God bless you. God bless your family. Stay safe, people. Stay out of prison, and let's be out here so we can be here for our families and stuff. And I think probably my wife is gonna pull me by my orejas when she sees this video. Nah, she's my wife's cool. She's not gonna like it, but she's yeah, she'll throw it at me one day when I'm mad at her. All right, guys, take care, man. Thanks for watching.